So Walgreens had made this announcement that they were no longer going to be offering Plan B or any type of birth control pills, even in states where they are legal. And this is because they, according to everybody, have caved to the religious right. There has already been all kinds of problems that customers have had at Walgreens over wanting to buy condoms and cashiers telling them that they don't believe in that, so they're not allowed to have condoms. And other methods of birth control, especially pills akin to Plan B, where now pharmacists are saying, I don't believe in that, so you can't have them. And so the state of California, the entire state of California, had announced just yesterday, maybe the day before, that they will no longer be doing any business with Walgreens. In response to this, Walgreens will not be allowed to do their business in the state of California. So immediately afterward, this shit comes up. Walgreens responds to the boycott. We want to be very clear about what our position has always been. Walgreens plans to dispense mifepristone in any jurisdiction where it is legally permissible to do so. Once we are certified by the FDA, we will dispense this medication consistent with federal and state laws. Providing legally approved medications to patients is what pharmacies do and is rooted in our commitment to the communities in which we operate. Yeah, no shit. Providing medications to patients is exactly what pharmacies are supposed to do. What you believe has nothing to do with it. Man, if I were in charge of things, none of your pharmacists would have a fucking license if they pulled any of this shit with patients. None of them. Of course, they want to make clear what their position has always been. No, it hasn't always been that position. This is not Walgreens clarifying anything. This is Walgreens backpedaling. California has so much of a population and so much money within their state, it is like an economy unto itself. It's like the band from Metalocalypse. Their population and their amount of money outranks some small countries. Walgreens could never, ever afford to be kicked out of the state of California. Walgreens PR damage control is not working. Already some pharmacists are not filling prescriptions because the medicine goes against their religious beliefs. I would hate to be in a life or death situation where some idiot decides whether I live or die. Walgreens openly denied me Plan B in 2020 because the pharmacist didn't agree with dispensing it, especially on a Sunday. I am a 40-year-old married woman, not a child, not that it matters. Walgreens has always been this way, and they're gleeful they can be more open about it now. Do not fall for it. I have never been so aggressively carded as when I bought Plan B. I was over 30 at the time. That is appalling. There is no age limit for buying Plan B, not since 2013. The fact that they would make it their personal business and not their job is disgusting. I would never be so arrogant as to think my personal biases give me the right to discriminate against patients and their needs. This behavior is encouraged all the way up the chain. Companies have cultures, and those cultures can be toxic in every which way. I would have clapped back with, and you're working on Sunday? This actually proves it right here. Trust me, and this is for all of you religious freak pharmacists and Walgreens workers out there. I promise you, the only thing Walgreens gives a shit about is money. If they really cared so much about the religious Christian philosophy, if they really cared so much about you as a Christian working class person, if they really gave a shit about supporting your religious beliefs, they would never have issued this statement. We already know this is not where Walgreens already stands. This is not reiterating a position that people misunderstood. This is pure backpedaling because they are now at risk of losing this. They don't give a fuck about you any more than you give a fuck about the patients you want to harass and deny prescriptions for. Deny everything your entire job is about, everything that being in the medical field is about. You'll just throw it to the wind because you believe. Well, this company does not believe as much as they do in this. That's what this is all about. The whole state of California just literally announced Walgreens will not be allowed to do business there if they ever give a hard time to any women or any person seeking any type of emergency contraception or regular contraception, any type of birth control, anything that threatens the human and personal and reproductive rights of women and those partners that they have has no business being in the state of California. And California is a very populated state. California has a lot of money. That's why they're putting out this statement. This is the classic, oh, I didn't say that at all. No, that's not what we meant at all. No. No, of course, we will always provide every single prescription in the states, every single state, every community where it is absolutely legal, that we will never, ever deny anybody. That's what this is. That's what this is. They had no problem kowtowing to the religious right. They had no problem kowtowing to you religious freaks when it got them your service to them, when it appealed to you as a good Christian and got your asses into their stores to work for them. They didn't care. Now that the money is threatened, now that the entire state of California has threatened to pull out, or more specifically, kick your asses out, now they're going to backpedal. Do not think this is a simple misunderstanding. Do not think that they still really have the company philosophy and belief in Jesus Christ and I don't want to give you this on Sunday, I don't believe, so you can't have what you came in here to buy, which makes the company money. No. You know, just like any good Christian is willing to do to anybody at any time, they are just going to, and they already have done this, throw your asses under the fucking bus because it's getting in the way of their money. I promise you, Walgreens' number one concern, Walgreens' number one philosophy, Walgreens' number one care is for money. Not you, not your religion, not your religious beliefs. It's money. That's all they care about. This is a really piss-poor attempt at simple backpedaling. Backpedaling on what they have already put out there, what people already know, to try to hide the fact that they are doing these types of things or have done these types of things to customers and patients, because now it is affecting their bottom line. Imagine it's not just California. Imagine that New York and Florida and Pennsylvania and Illinois, all of your most populated states with the most people and the most fucking money, were to say the exact same thing that California did. I can promise you religious freaks this. Walgreens will not only immediately backpedal on everything times 10, they will fire your asses. They would. They'll throw your asses right under the fucking bus so that they can make just a little bit more money, so they can keep themselves from losing just that tiny bit of money. Although when you're talking California and New York and Illinois and states like that, that's a lot of money. A lot. Your religion doesn't mean shit to them when it comes to the chance, the opportunity that they will screw this all up and lose all of their money. Have a lower line than the previous year. And I really, really hope that they do that. I hope that this teaches them a serious lesson. I hope that they come out with new policies which specifically punish you if you're one of these religious freak pharmacists, or even just some freaking snot-nosed cashier who decides to tell a couple buying condoms or a dildo, you don't believe in that, so they can't have it. Fuck you. I will guarantee at this point, Walgreens is going to start changing their policies. And if you ever say something like that to a paying customer, you're out. You ever deny any type of medication to a paying customer, you're out. And I'll tell you something, if I were in charge of things, you wouldn't be a pharmacist anymore. Fuck Walgreens, you wouldn't be a pharmacist anywhere if you pulled any type of this shit. If you ever tried to get in between a patient and their medication, their health care, their instructions for their doctor, or just pretty much anything they feel like buying, which your store has in stock, you would be done. You are useless as a pharmacist. You are useless to the medical industry. That's what I want to see happening. I also want to see Walgreens post messages. I want them to post it in writing, exactly what they're going to do to punish people like you for getting in between women and their health care, for getting in between couples and their prophylactic needs. I can guarantee you that's what's going to come next. If they had not have backpedaled, they would have taken a major hit. I will guarantee the PR representative that put out this statement is the new one. They probably fired the old one already. Because ultimately, just like when it comes to you idiots and your stupid fucking religion, your religious encroachment onto other people, that's what it's like for Walgreens and their bottom line. That's what it's like for pharmacies and their money. Doesn't matter what they tell you. Doesn't matter what you believe. That's all they care about is their money, not your religious beliefs. They will roll you right the fuck over to save a buck. I would start looking for a new job, in fact, because that's the next thing I hope not just California, but all these other states start telling Walgreens and any other pharmacy that tries to pull this shit with patients or any customers. They want to see proof of new policy changes in their company that punish people like you, religious freak cashiers and religious freak pharmacists. Anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest real quick. I am sick and tired of these batshit religious freaks encroaching on every aspect of people's lives. Your disgusting Christian ass is the last thing I want to think of when I'm going to go bang somebody and need to stop off for a pack of condoms. Your religious beliefs are the last thing I want to think about. You are the last person I want to hear from when I get a prescription or go in for Plan B. I don't want to hear you. I don't even want to see you. And I sure as hell don't care about your batshit backward beliefs. Walgreens already learned a lesson. I'm waiting with bated breath for you to learn one too.